Good morning. It's Sunday morning, and I'm sitting. I'm parked over this hill in the back of our apartment building because we went out last night, and this is the only park I could find. And it just really has me thinking, just looking over here, and I can look out above the horizon and see like God's creation. We had a good time last night. We actually went out to this place called the Eagle, huge club in Pittsburgh. It was nice to just get out and dance, and of course lesbians always have to dance first, and then gay men are like, okay, I'm not going out there until I see one guy, and then the guys go out there and had fun. Saw this porn star, and he put my face in his crotch, and okay. But anyway, I'm coming to you today because I always think about my mother on Sunday mornings. I always do, and she died of pancreatic cancer right before Christmas. It was like December 21st, 2001. And the last few years of her life, our relationship was really, really strained. And I think it was because we all got involved with this church. And I'm going to title this, Was It a Cult? Or Do You Think It's a Cult? Or something to do with a cult. I'll give you the gist. First of all, I can speak proper English, but when I get upset, the country boy comes out of me, so just bear with me. We moved into this new neighborhood, and there was all these, different types of people around, and it was, different from what I had lived in. And down the street was this family that moved in, and, it was a mother, the father, and the three stepchildren. And, we all became friends, and they went to this one church, and it was called Cry Out Loud Ministries. And their pastor actually got arrested for killing his wife maybe like 6 years ago, going on 7 years ago maybe. It was less than 7, I know. Anyway, they started having these, they left that church and they started having these Bible studies in their house. So everybody would go to the Bible study. First it started off as women, then it started off as men, then it was people together. And then the church got, and then it started being a church. It was a church more than a Bible study. So then they started having services in the woman's house, and the woman was the pastor. But that's not the bad part. They started having, after that, they moved into a warehouse. They started having services there. And then certain stuff would happen, like they would have prayer meetings where people were locked in on Fridays. And you were locked in, and you just listened to her pray, and then you would leave. And it was just, and then people started getting titles. My mother was missionary Stroud, and then she was Mother Stroud. And the woman with the church was pastor, and then she became elder, and then she became a bishop. And there was no type of doctrine to give these people these titles. There was no doctrine at all. And, they were associated with other churches. There was pastor this, first lady this. And all of a sudden they were moving people in, and people had to move into our house, and people we didn't know, and people off the street. And my mother got this big cash settlement from this lawsuit that she had filed with a whole bunch of other people, and it was a huge one. But then she took all that money and she opened up a lunch counter with them, and she opened up a clothing store with them, and she was giving them this and giving them that. And then I come to find out after her death, the church had moved, and it's just so much stuff. I'm not even getting into all of it. But what I'm trying to say is this. This whole thing tore my family apart. Money-wise, me and my mother had a big falling out over it. And because I had to actually leave the church when I had a falling out with them. So, I just want to know, was this a cult? Was this a cult? My mother's dead now, and you still walking around eating. I want some type of revenge. This is just the human side of me. I want revenge. You tore my family apart. You tore me against my family, you know? And then after everything went down, after all the money was gone, after all the businesses were closed, they just up and just left. They just left my mother in the sickest time of her life, when she had pancreatic cancer, in the sickest time of her life. This has nothing to do with the Christian church. This has nothing to do with church leaders. This just has to do with this particular church. And I want to know, was it a cult? You know, people get involved in all this, oh, pastor and first lady, and we got to do something